Greetings everybody and welcome to Rishikul Online School of Learning, and you are inside the political science class of class 11th, and we are dealing with the book of class 11th, that is Indian Constitution at Work, and we are inside the chapter number 4 and we are dealing the module 2. So module 2 starts with parliamentary executive. See students, the Constitution of India adopted parliamentary system of executive for the government both at central and state levels. According to this system, there is a president who is the formal head of the state, and the prime minister and his council of ministers runs the government at national level. So basically in parliamentary system of executive at national level, we will be reading the three institutions, that is the president, the prime minister and the council of ministers. We have the same arrangement of institutions at the state level also, in the form of, that is the governor, the chief minister and the council of ministers of chief minister. Now we'll be discussing the powers and position of president. See, the Constitution of India vests the executive powers formally in the president, but in reality he exercises these powers through council of ministers headed by the prime minister. President of India is elected by indirect elections through proportional representation method of elections by single transferable voting system. The president elected for the term of 5 years and can be removed by his office through the process of impeachment by parliament, and the grounds of impeachment can only be the violation of constitution. The process of impeachment by parliament requires a special majority in both the houses of parliament, and after passing of the resolution, a 15 days notice to the president to leave the office is to be provided. Now we'll be discussing the powers of president. Students, there are many the president is having many powers inside his institution, but we are discussing in general the powers of president. So the president has the right to be informed on all matters of council of ministers. Prime minister should bring all information that president has asked for. President can write or express his opinion on the matters of country to the prime minister. President has veto power by which he can refuse or withhold or send back for reconsideration for assent on the bill passed by the parliament. President has the power to appoint the prime minister, and in the special cases of no single party majority, president uses his discretionary powers for appointing the prime minister. In the case of prime minister and his council of ministers failed to prove their majority if asked by the president, then the president can appoint the new prime minister, and in the meantime the president himself or herself symbolically represents the country. Now we will be discussing discretionary powers of president. See students, under Article 74, he can send back, the prime minister can send back the advice given by council of ministers for reconsideration. President has a veto power by which he can refuse or withhold the assent of the bill passed by the parliament. He has the power to appoint the prime minister. In case of no single majority, he uses his discretion for the appointment of new PM. And he uses his discretionary powers at the time of emergencies. We have 3 emergencies, that is emergency out of external aggression, emergency out of internal emergency, internal disturbances, or we may say it as the presidential rule, and the last one is the financial emergency. He can use his discretion for imposing those emergencies. He can pardon the death sentence by using his discretion. So that's all from module 2. We'll be meeting in the next module. Till then, take care of yourself and your families and be safe at your homes. Thank you.